Hello, 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 beautiful people of the world. My name is Grant Elordi, and welcome to my video and future videos. Um, I feel a lot less nervous because this is my second video. But definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. And so right now, if you don't know where I am, I'm at a new park in Boise, Idaho. It's called Kaixo Park, and Kaixo, it means hello in Euskera, the Basque language. And so on this live stream, I'm going to start here. I'm going to walk through the Basque block and then through downtown, and I'm going to end at a Freak Alley. So I am part Basque. I have an achicha. Achicha means grandpa in Euskera. And so my achicha, he passed away when I was 4.5, and his parents immigrated to the United States, to Jordan Valley, Oregon, from the Basque country in Vizcaya province. And so I'm part Basque, and I'm very proud. So my achicha, he had a dog. To say dog, it's chakur, which I didn't pronounce that right. I think there's supposed to be a double R. But the name of his dog was Asto, and Asto means donkey in Euskera. So I'm gonna do some Basque grammar. Okay, so Asto means donkey. But if you add an A at the end and you say Astoa, it means the donkey. And if you add a K at the end, Astoak, it means the donkeys or donkeys. So there's a little bit of Basque grammar for you. So this park was built right before Jaialdi, which is Jaialdi happens every 5 years in Boise, and it's a huge major Basque festival, and they completed the park right before Jaialdi. So above me is these really beautiful blue tiles, and it's really pretty. So I'll show you the sign where it says Kaixo corner right here, and so that's the name of the park. There's also some other like rocks engravings, and they also have some Native American themes as well too. And then there's also some more over here. And then there is also an area where they have like a gold kind of thing. So I'll show a picture of that. And then after that, I'll walk over to the Basque block. But here's kind of the gold thing. And then along the fence, there are some Basque flags, which is kind of cool. And so now I'm gonna walk on Grove Street, and I'm gonna cross 6th Street. 6th Street is a one-way street going south. So this is the Basque Center, and so they have a bar inside, and then they also have an area where you can do like a wedding or have an event, like a conference area or event area. It's 2 stories. So there's a couple carvings on here. I don't know if you can read that, but it says Zaspiak Bat. So Bat means one, and Zaspiak means 7 is one. Zaspi means 7. And so there's 7 provinces in the Basque Country. 4 are in Spain and 3 are in France. And so Zaspiak Bat, it means 7 is 1. So it's kind of a thing of unity. So also another thing I'm going to show you is they have last names, and they're in like circles, and these are last names of families that immigrated to this area, and my last name is on there because my great-grandparents immigrated to Jordan Valley, which is 2 hours from Boise, and they homesteaded and had sheep, and they included the Basques from Jordan Valley on the Basque block. So I'm going to show you my last name, and there it is right there, Elordi. So I don't know if you saw it, but you don't have to do anything special to be on the thing with all the last names. You just had to be one of the families that immigrated to the area, and so it's really cool. What should I show you now? Maybe I'm gonna walk over now to maybe to Leiku Ona. So Leiku means place and Ona means good place. So that's the name of it. But it's a boutique hotel, and they also have food there as well. So I'll show a picture of that.
Why is that?
Kaixo Arroza Leon?
Why? What's the stuff?
It's on Facebook.
Facebook?
Yeah, by Facebook. And so here, Leiku Ona. If anyone's watching, I was just talking to someone in Basque. So if you're watching, Nankoa Sarasu, it means where are you from? So ni Boiseko nice means I'm from Boise. So that was cool. I met somebody who is a Basco, and they were talking to me in Basque. That was really cool. I can speak just a little bit of the language. Batsu means some. And so I went to the Basque Country, and so there's also the Basque Market, and they have like market things from the Basque Country. Lots of wine they have, and other things. And they also have food there. There's also a Basque Cultural Center and museum. So they have the museum, and you can also learn how to speak Euskera there. And they have teachers that they bring in from the Basque Country to teach the language. And also here is kind of cool. They have this is the wall of the museum, the Basque Museum and Cultural Center. So the Basque sheep herders, they used to carve their name in the trees, and these are aspen trees, and so that was really cool. But it's Aupo Bertsonak da. So that means Aupa means what's up in Basque. And so there's a place on the Basque block, but it's called Bar Guernica. So Guernica is the name of a town in the Basque Country that was the ancient capital. And so there was a dictator of Spain, his name was Franco, and it was illegal to speak Euskera or other languages. Only you could speak Spanish, and so there was persecution. Franco was, and he bombed Guernica, and so that was really. And I actually, so there is a place, and it's called Bar Guernica. So let me get a picture of it there. So it's a cool place. But so another thing about Guernica is I actually went there, and it was very inspirational. I was in this medieval building that was a museum, and it was in Guernica, and they were talking about the bombing, and I cried when I was there. And but one thing that was really that I cried is there was in the ground zero, all the buildings were demolished in Guernica, and one building was still standing, and it was the church. And I was just like, wow, that is so amazing that was the one building that was still standing. And the people of Guernica, they didn't want revenge. Some of the people, they formed a group of peace, and they were like, we don't want revenge, we just don't want the same to happen to anyone else that happened to us. And so it was very inspirational to be there. And so maybe I'll walk a little bit more on the Basque block, and then I'm gonna head to the Grove. Oh, I do want to show something really cool. There is in this building. This used to be a hotel in Fronton. So here's a picture of it. So the Fronton is where they play highlight, and so in this old building, they have a highlight court, kind of like in the basement of the building, and so there's also some cute artwork around here, so a big part, because there were a lot of Basque sheep herders. It wasn't the only thing the Basque people did, but they lived within the sheep wagons with the sheep in the mountains, and so everything was take home, because they lived up in the mountains in the sheep wagon. So they came into town and they had money, and they would stay at a boarding house and music in back, and so they were able to keep their culture alive. And so that was one of the boarding houses, but there were many of them, and the Basque block used to be much bigger, and it used to go along Grove Street. So this is really just all that's left of it, but it used to be bigger back in the day. So now I'm crossing the street here, and we're gonna go to the Grove Plaza. As part of the Grove Complex, Grove Hotel, they do have a sign, and it says Onge Atori, which means welcome, in Euskera. And so I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna zoom in a little, or I'm gonna walk towards it a little bit more so you can see it. But they have it, which is nice because it is near the Basque block. And so here we're leaving the Basque block, and I'm walking through this kind of little alleyway. It's got some artwork, and it's cool, but it goes to the Grove Plaza. So a lot of things happen on the Grove Plaza in Boise. It's a cool little plaza, hangout spot, and part of it, there is like a event center. They have the hockey team plays here. And there's the farmers market is on the Grove Plaza. So Agur, I just said goodbye to the Basque block. Or it means goodbye. And I can speak just Batsuk, Euskara, nice. So this is a little thing like with the hockey sticks and like a heart. This is in front of where the hockey team plays, the Idaho Central Arena. And so this is the plaza. You can see how big it is. Maybe I'll do another video when it's the market, the farmers market on Saturday. So this is not going on right now, but in this area there are little things where water comes up and they have fountains here, but that will probably happen when it gets hotter. Although it is going to be like almost 80 degrees today in Boise, so it is definitely getting hotter. But it does get 100 degrees in Boise, Idaho, but we're not quite there yet. So I hear music. I think they do play music at the event center. And then they have some businesses on the side here, and this is walking downtown. Eventually my destination is going to be Freak Alley, which I'll show you what Freak Alley is. So this place, it says that it's called Taters. Oh, the sun is in my eyes. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a store. Well, that's not a very good view of it. But one of my favorite places is the chocolate bar. And here's the sign for it here. And then, here's inside the chocolate bar. I love chocolate. So I do hear some music playing, which is really cool. This can be a happening place here on Boise. They have the street closed off on 8th Street from Main to Front Street. No, Main to Idaho. I don't know if you can hear the music. So they have some businesses along here. There is a Cotopaxi. Maybe I'll get a picture of that. And then there's Fantastic Games. There is Ruby Lou. Also, one of the high buildings, high rises, is here too. It's called the Zion Bank high rise. And then there is a place that is called Taj Mahal, and they have Indian and Pakistani food. But that's upstairs. I don't know if you can see it. And then there's also a famous club in Boise called the Balcony Club, and that's on the balcony upstairs, of course. So there's the balcony up there. And then there's also a place to eat called The Fork that's really good. And it's in a really old building. So I don't know. So The Fork is behind me. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, of course you can see it. So there is really cool art in Boise, and also Freak Alley is another example. But I don't know if you kind of see that mural up on the building up there. So some people know what Freak Alley is. Some people do not. If you do not know what Freak Alley is, you're gonna find out really soon. And then also I'll show Pie Hole is a very popular pizza place in Boise with the most interesting toppings on the pizzas, but it's thin crust. So there's 2 Pie Holes. There's one downtown, which I'm about to show, and then there's one on Broadway Avenue, which is near Boise State University. So there is Pie Hole. So in Freak Alley, the artwork does change, but I don't know how often they change it. The artists, they get to do work in Freak Alley, and then it stays there for a number of years, and then they paint over it. So, but it's something that the city of Boise sponsors, Freak Alley, which is really cool. So here we go. Here is Freak Alley. Okay, so I'm just entering Freak Alley right now. And I think what I'm gonna do is just turn around so you could see all the artwork. I think I'll just keep turning around because otherwise you won't see it. But yeah, Boise does have a good art scene, and whether music, visual art, there is a lot of creative people that live in this city of Boise. I think the artist that did this one is famous. I can't remember the name of the artist. I'm gonna get a close-up of the dog here. And another thing that is happening relatively soon that has to do with the arts is Tree Fort. Tree Fort is a major music festival in Boise, and it's happening this month. And it looks like there is one of Olympians, and there are some Boise Olympians, so it would be cool to do that one. This one's cute. And wow, they've got some interesting art. Like, look at that. That's rad. And then I'm gonna do the one up there of the Olympians. I don't know if I got a good view of it. So this looks like, I don't know if this is a lumberjack here, but he's smoking, and on his knuckles it says tree life. I don't know if you can see. But the city of Boise is called the City of Trees, so that's cool. And don't know, that picture, or that kind of looks like Einstein and Betty White at the same time. That's interesting. So there is a restaurant near this part of Freak Alley, and it's called the Funky Taco, I believe. I could be wrong. So this is kind of seating, I think, for the Funky Taco. And then this one right here think I'm going to end my live stream. Thank you so much for watching, beautiful people of the world. Follow me on Facebook and like and subscribe on YouTube. Eskerrik asko. It means thank you in Basque. Bye bye.